Okay. All are set. Thank you.
See, now you can still text while you're talking.
Oh, I
You're
can?
on radio.
Oh.
If you want some cookies.
Okay, they can't see me?
They'll see, yeah, on Facebook Live they will, but I'm saying people still,
Oh,
yeah, you can still text. Go ahead. Good afternoon, Chicago. It's 3 p.m. and you're listening to the Miss Esquire radio show on Urban Broadcast Media. Welcome to the show. My name is Liz Murray, your illustrious host. Happy post-Thanksgiving, by the way. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. Before you know it, Christmas and New Year's will be here. As a reminder, be sure to tell your friends and families about our show. We're at 320 likes on Facebook and about the same on Twitter. Be sure to follow us so you can stay up to date on announcements about show guests, sponsorship opportunities, or just because you want to support the show. Speaking of sponsorship, the Miss Esquire radio show is sponsored by the Duranian Law Group. This Chicago-based real estate law firm assists residential and commercial sellers and buyers from contract to closing with no upfront payments. Thank you for your continued support of the show. Let's get started with today's show. Our guest is the president of the Chicago chapter of the Black Women's Lawyers Association. Woo woo!
hi, everyone.
She earned her JD from, is it Western Michigan?
Yes.
Yes, University. We have to thank our Kelly. She's always onto her research. She's also the Deputy General Counsel for the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services. Welcome to the show, Erica Kirkwood. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm wonderful.
Oh, it's such a pleasure to have you. I've been trying to get you, and then my schedule has been a little off, because we're juggling quite a few things.
Yes.
But the most interesting thing is, before you was a lawyer, I knew you.
Yes. Yes. Through Michelle.
Through Michelle Murray, my sister-in-law. Hi, Michelle. Hope you're listening. So you know me by my middle name.
Yes, Cherie.
Cherie, exactly. So when we were out at a co-sponsored event for the CCBA, the Cook County Bar Association, and the BWLA, the Black Women Lawyers Association, that's one thing when Dartisha Pitts, the president,
Yes.
I was like, oh, I know her.
Right. I was like, oh, I know her already. And everyone was saying Liz. And I was like, oh, that's Cherie.
Oh, yeah. So that's so cute. So we have a personal connection, and so that's great. And then to see you from law school. So when did you graduate from law school?
2009.
2009.
I think you were at my law school graduation party. I can't remember.
Yes, I think afterwards. Yes, I think, yep,
Yeah.
I was.
Mhm.
And so you graduated in 2009.
Yes.
And then after that, what did you do?
So I was working at the City of Chicago in the
Okay.
Department of Business Affairs and Consumer Protection. So I was already there.
Okay.
And then I continued to work there after I graduated, and I just took on more progressive cases, so consumer fraud cases,
Okay.
Cases where business owners were they had bad business practices
Okay.
against consumers. So I was in some of those large-scale investigations. Some of
Okay,
those
and that's how you know Michelle.
Yes.
Yeah, because she
yes.
does the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and we know quite a few people from the City of Chicago, Rupal.
Yes.
She's always following the show. Hi,
Hi,
Rupal.
We're in the same building with Rupal, so I know her well.
Yeah, and she's actually, our children go to school together at LaSalle, and they're in the same grade. So that's how I know Rupal, and then I found out from Michelle, oh, I know Rupal. So it's just a small world.
It is.
That's why it's important to be good to people.
Yes.
Okay, so then you started your own practice.
Yes. So
Okay.
Kirkwood Law Group. I did real estate closings, civil litigation, estate planning, and more commercial type issues, commercial disputes.
Okay,
Mhm.
and during all this time, you were with the BWLA?
Yes. So
Okay.
I was a law student holiday.
Okay.
And so I worked full-time and went to school on the weekends.
Okay.
So I traveled every weekend to law school and came back. So I was still active in BWA as a law student because I was here during the week and I was gone on the weekends.
So you're telling me that you were actually working a full-time job?
Yes, yes.
Leaving from the city
Mhm.
to
On
go to law
Friday.
school
Mhm.
because they have just even weekend program, a weekend
Right, so
program?
they're the only school that has a weekend-only program and you can finish in 3 years. So I did
Really?
that every weekend for 3 years, yes.
And you know, that's so amazing because I went to Chicago Kent and I went in the evening, but it still took me 4 years.
Exactly.
Girl, you are amazing.
When I was doing that research, I was like 4 years versus 3, no.
You are awesome. Okay, so you're balancing that. Okay, and then you come out, you were still working with the city,
Yes.
and then after that you transition to your own practice.
Yes.
And now you're with the Illinois.
Yes, the State of Illinois Department of Children and Family Services.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yes.
Okay, so you have moved up, because I had to say you were the president, so you moved up from.
Yes. So I was a law student member of BWLA,
Okay.
and then I joined the board in 2013
Mhm.
At the request of my very good friend Tiffany Harper. And so I started my board work then in
Mhm.
2013, and I stayed on the board, and I decided I wanted to be the president. And so, you know, it took a couple of years,
Mhm.
but made that happen. It was one of the best decisions I ever made.
And, you know, I have to mention this because it's so interesting because I did opposite.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because you ended up in the process, you're married
Yes.
now, you have a child
Yes.
who's 9 months old,
Braxton. Mhm.
and you are the president of the BWLA. In addition to holding out a full-time job,
Yes.
plus you have to go to all these events, and then
Yes.
you're here on Miss Esquire, for those who are just tuning in, we're with Erica Kirkwood here, the president of the BWLA.
Yes. Yes.
Wow, that is awesome. I am so
Very
proud of
busy,
you.
very
Okay.
busy.
And let's see. So before becoming president of the BWLA, you actually worked your way kind of up to presidency.
Yes,
You were involved in
definitely.
several areas, including being the co-chair of the Mentoring Dinner Committee,
Yes.
a volunteer for the BWLA Pipeline Program, and a committee member for the Diversity Unity Award Dinner Scholarship Fund.
Yes.
Which one was your first position, and what attracted you to the organization?
So I was attracted to the organization because I wanted to get involved. A couple of my mentors told me that I needed to get involved in BWLA, and it was very inclusive of Black women and people who wanted to have careers in the law. So I joined BWLA and I became involved in the mentoring dinner. And the mentoring dinner is, there's one in the fall and one in the spring. We're actually having one coming up in December.
Okay.
At Winston and Strawn. So if you go to bwla.org, you'll see all of our events.
Okay.
So we're having a mentoring dinner. So the fall mentoring dinner is geared towards people who want to be in government and public sector
Okay.
careers. So that's law students, that's anyone who's aspiring for those careers, and as well as people who are already in those careers but just want to hear from other people who have been there, done that, and have a lot of experience in those areas.
Does it allow someone who's already practicing but wants to transition into
Yes.
public service?
Yes, so we
Public
welcome,
government.
actually we welcome all attorneys,
Okay.
but this one is geared towards that. So we have different seasoned Black women attorneys
Mhm.
come and have a dinner and sit down with groups of law students and people who aspire to have those positions. And they talk candidly about these issues. They
Okay.
say, you know, how did you get to these places? What can I do to enhance my skills to
Mhm.
get these government roles? So they sit and have candid conversations with them. And graciously, law firms host us.
Oh,
And
great.
it's been amazing. It's been one of our best programs over the years. And so
Okay.
that's the fall one. And then the spring one, that one is geared towards attorneys, law students, and other people who want to be involved in corporate
Okay.
positions, like in-house roles,
Mhm.
and law firm positions. So
Okay.
that's, you know, big firms. We have a lot of big firms in Chicago. So we have a lot of law firm partners who come out and they mentor people about their positions and how they got there, how they stayed there.
Mhm.
Because as you know, we don't have a lot of Black women lawyers that are partners in large law firms in Chicago.
Okay, so there, for the BWLA, there's programs that have been offered throughout the years, from the
Yes.
time you were a law student
Yes.
to now.
Mhm.
But now you're the president. I see you're staying with some of those programs,
Yes.
but you have your own initiatives, I imagine, as well.
Definitely.
You want us to talk about those?
Yes,
Okay.
of course. So, the mentoring dinner, that's one of our wonderful programs. So we're continuing that this year.
Okay.
One of my biggest initiatives this year, is the BWLA T program.
Okay.
And that is our T Directors Institute, and T stands for Train, Excel, Appoint.
Okay.
So what we're trying to do is get Black women lawyers in positions and roles that have generally been void of Black women.
Okay.
African American women are 1.9% of corporate board directors roles in Fortune 500 companies. So we are trying to increase that.
Okay.
So what we're doing is we have created a program
Mhm.
that has about 9 modules,
Mhm.
and we have selected about 15 Black women attorneys who are seasoned in their professions.
Okay.
And we are going to train them to be prepared to receive these board director roles. So that's anything from nonprofit roles, corporate board director roles, city and state commissions, anything of that nature. So we're going to have several modules. We'll have leadership professionals come out and speak, professional resume writers, people who are in board governance, and people who are on corporate boards and state boards and commissions to come out and speak with our cohort about these different positions and how they can enhance their ability to get on these boards.
Oh, that's awesome. So when you think about these boards, whether they're not for profit or profit organizations, do you get paid for that position, or is it just a matter of prestige? You know, just being
Right.
able to be associated as a board member on that company.
So some of them are paid. Nonprofit usually are not paid
Okay.
because they're trying to raise money for a specific purpose,
Okay.
a foundation or something like that. But if you have, some state boards and commissions are paid.
Mhm.
Now, some of them are paid a little less than others, but some of them are very lucrative.
Okay.
I know a couple boards and commissions which pay maybe $30,000 a year, $40,000 a year. So you think about that.
To sit on the board?
Yes, yes. And
I mean, I knew that it was good, but I never knew like you know what I mean? I know there's been small amounts, little
Right.
stipends, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
I'm like $30,000 to
Exactly.
actually sit on the board and to give your input, your experiences in order to run the organization
Yes.
or the business, in order for it to move forward with its purpose
Yes.
and mission.
Yes, especially in the state, they have multiple commissions that execute a lot of functions with the state, so they pay those people because they want experts from a lot of different fields.
Okay.
So some of those are paid, some of those are not.
Okay.
You have city boards and commissions, most of them are not paid,
Okay.
but again, once you get on these commissions, you're making connections with different people,
Right,
and you're
exactly.
segueing into some nonprofit or to some corporate board roles, which is where they pay the most money. So corporate board roles are definitely paid. So that's what you're trying to get to, and that's what we're trying to focus on with our spring fundraiser. Actually,
Okay.
another one of my initiatives this year is our
Okay.
spring fundraiser, and it's entitled Power in the Boardroom,
Okay.
Strategies to Increase Diversity on Corporate Boards.
And that's all are welcome, or is
Yes,
this
all
limited?
are
Okay.
welcome. Yes, yes, please come.
Right.
That is March 13, 2018
Okay.
at the Hyatt Regency Chicago.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to make, I haven't, you know, and, I haven't been out, I'm just now taking, my baby steps are over, my youngest are 9.
Okay.
Like,
So you can get out a little bit,
No, I
right?
can get out a lot. At this point, I'm just not focused on the more
Right.
important things, which is being a part of the, bar associations actively like I was in the past.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm kind of taking a back seat from those things and
Right.
taking care of my family. But you're amazing because you're doing it all.
Right.
You still have a family. I have no excuse. You have a baby
Right, and a husband.
and a husband. Exactly.
Right.
And you're the president.
Right.
And you're working full time.
Well,
That
we
is
hope you
awesome.
can make this spring fundraiser.
Yes, I hope so too.
This one is very important. It'll be very informative. We have a couple of amazing national leaders. Just to name a few of the people who are on our panel, we
Okay.
have Dr. Glenda Baskin Glover, who is
Okay.
a PhD, CPA, and a JD.
Oh, wow.
And she is the president of Tennessee State University.
Oh,
And
nice.
she was on
At HBCU?
Yes, yes. She was the corporate board member of 3 publicly traded corporations corporations.
Okay.
And also, she's one of the nation's experts on corporate board governance.
Oh, nice.
So she's one of our speakers. Also, we have a moderator, which is Judge Patricia Holmes.
Okay,
I'm sure you know
yes.
her well, and she's a very lucrative law firm partner at Riley Safer Homes and Consilla. And we have Chaz Ebert, who is the CEO of the Ebert Companies, president of the Ebert Company, president of Ebert Productions, and also co-founder of Ebert Fest. And that is Roger Ebert's widow.
Oh,
And she
nice.
has really done amazing with a lot of her companies. So
Is her company still art-based? Journalism?
Yes, yes.
It is.
Yes, she has a multitude of companies, so they all do different types of things with media.
And these are people who are actually already locked in.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Yes.
And you're
She's an
going to
attorney as
continue.
well. She was a law firm
I
partner.
had no idea.
Yes.
And see, that's the purpose of Miss Esquire. We're here to find lawyers
Right.
who, you know what I mean, they practice law and or do something outside the practice of
Exactly.
law. That's awesome. I never knew that Mrs. Ebert was a lawyer.
Yeah, so we're bringing, a multitude of people with different backgrounds so that you can hear from, all facets of life of how they achieve these things. Some more of our panelists, we have Mary Kay Bush, who is on 2 corporate boards. She's a board member of Marriott International,
Oh, nice.
Discover Financial Services, T. Rowe Price Group, and she was a past board member of United Airlines.
And I think it's important for African American women to be on these boards, to have a voice, because some people may think that's listening like, okay, why is that necessary? Why is that
Right.
needed? But when they're gearing their services are good if they're for profit, right? Or if they have a mission and a goal, such as educational initiatives and things like that, other charitable things, you want the community, the African American community, to have a voice, or concerns of the African American communities to be addressed on that board when they're
Right.
making those important
Decisions, right?
Yeah.
Because corporations, they usually exert a lot of influence across a multitude of facets and areas, and you don't realize how much influence people have on these corporate boards. You go into a Marriott and you see, a lot of diversity.
Yes.
You wonder why.
That's what I was thinking about, yes.
And the board directors have a lot of influence on the practices of companies, and that's who you want to influence the most. And those are the people who are giving back to our organizations. We have a lot of corporate sponsors, and those are the people who are coming into the communities and giving to people like Black Women Lawyers Association, and allowing us to be able to allocate scholarships for our law students. I think over our 30-year history, we have allocated about over $1 million in scholarships.
That is awesome. That's a good number. Yeah, and to be a voice and have a presence in the legal community as well. It's good, because people need to see people who look like themselves.
They do.
And understand where we have come from and where we're going,
Right.
and how much more we need to go, right?
Exactly.
And what's so interesting about that is because I cannot remember her name, but there was a African American, and I like that you're doing the T.
Right,
Is it-
right. Because
You
you
know,
think of,
yeah.
tell me what the T
Right.
is, so you automatically think
Exactly.
about that. Well, the T is Black Women Lawyers on Corporate
Yeah.
Boards,
And you would think people would say, well, why do you need a special initiative and some training in order for people to serve on the board? Here they have a JD. Why do they need to be trained some more? But if you think about the lady, and I'm not sure her name, and I would have to look it up. She was the Apple. She worked for Apple for diversity.
I know
And
what
there
you're
was
talking
a back there. She's resigned since then, because here it is. She was African American in a crucial role
Right.
of diversity and the importance of diversity. And the comment that they said that was made in reference to, you could get an all white men on the board and get diversity in essence,
Right.
because they all have different experiences in life that
Right.
they can offer. And that's why training is necessary.
Right.
That's what, to tell people and train people on, these are the things you do not do. These are the
Exactly.
things you do not say. And this is why we encourage diversity.
Exactly. We have to be a voice in the room, especially, I don't know what her feelings are about, the
Right.
things that she said. However, as Black women, if I'm sitting on a corporate board, I'm gonna immediately look, to see what we're doing to enhance Black families and, Black women's careers and, women in general. So I think to say, okay, well, if you have a board of, Caucasian men, that's diversity as well, but that's not what we're talking about.
Right, exactly.
we're
And they
trying to
don't
increase-
share our experience. They share
Exactly.
their own different experience, but they all have a certain commonality.
Exactly, and they're not having a hard time getting on board. with awards.
Exactly, we are. So we're gonna take a short commercial break and then we'll be back with Erica Kirkwood.
Thank you.
I gotta put code.
I was told that the world wants to hear you.
What's your time?
I was told that the world wants to hear you.
They can't hear her?
Yeah, they hear.
Oh, they,
They want to hear them more.
okay.
Clap,
Oh,
louder.
they said they can't hear me.
Well, they can hear you, but they.
They can't hear you as much. Oh, that's good, everybody listening.
Huh?
They're listening.
I know, right?
Oh, we probably did the second one, so I always forget. And Erica, Kelly, she's not here, cause she's balancing motherhood and position.
So Kelly works for.
Kelly Fox.
Oh.
This is Kelly Fox. She produces the show. She writes the script and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but she has children. So
Okay.
on Saturdays, and it's so hard because they're younger.
Oh,
They're like
sure.
6 and 3, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's always like, Liz, take a picture. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. So we gotta
Yeah,
take a
let's take a
selfie.
picture while we're.
Oh, that's cute. Share it. It's probably gonna be better than mine. I'm
Okay.
not good at selfies.
So you have to hold it up and point it
That's
down.
what I'm doing. It tells me. You know, I'm a 50, Layla, the 15 year old. She's the
She
one
trying to
who
tell you the angle. I learned that from Fantasia a long time ago. She said, hold it up and point it down here.
Welcome back to the Miss Esquire radio show on Urban Broadcast Media. Today's guest is attorney Erica Kirkwood. She is the president of the Black Women Lawyers Association of Greater Chicago. Okay, so we were just talking about your T initiative, but you
Yes.
also had, the BWLA has an inaugural judicial reception.
Yes, we're having a judicial reception. It's going to be on January 11th.
Okay.
At the Hubbard Inn.
Okay.
And what we're trying to do with the judicial reception is get the judges to come out and mingle with people who are trying to ascend to the bench. Some of the Black women lawyers who always wanted to be judges and want to talk to judges about their point of view, and just to have the legal community come out and fellowship with judges.
Now this is so interesting because we're coming to a time of an election
Yes.
where many judges are running. Some are running for multiple seats in a district, but there's other places where there's more than, more people running than there are seats.
Right.
So everybody's, well, not everybody, but a lot of people, especially our listeners and those people who are viewing on Facebook or YouTube, it's important for us to pay attention
Yes.
to who's running.
Who's running.
You know
and
what I
who
mean?
You're voting for.
And who you're voting for. So when you have this reception, is it open to the public? Meaning if they pay for a ticket,
Yes.
The-
Our reception is open to the public, it's open
Okay.
to all, it's open to people who are running, people who are not running.
Okay.
People from the legal community and judges. Of course, judges will be complimentary.
okay, but everybody else is a cost.
Yes.
What's the cost?
It's $65.
65, and that's not bad because
Yes.
you're getting food,
Yes.
right? You're
Yes.
getting some light refreshments at least.
Yes, but let me
Or no.
caveat that. $65 is gonna be full open bar and food, and that's for members, but non-members will be $100.
Okay, which is
So,
fine
yes.
still. I mean, because it gives you the opportunity, just like you said, to network, learn about the judges as well.
Yes.
And we all know that the BWLA is a not-for-profit.
Yes.
So the way that you raise money and take care of your organization and pay
Having
your
these type of
executive director,
events, yes.
you have to have these, you have to charge in order for you to have the venue and to continue to run the organization.
Yes.
But it gives people the opportunity to really get out there, see what's going on, and be prepared to vote, because we really need to vote. There's so many people who, for whatever reason, are becoming complacent and have no desire
Right.
to be a part of the process.
Right, and they don't want to, go and maybe vote for the wrong person. I've heard a couple people say, well, I don't know any of those judges. Well, you know, you can definitely get on
This
your
is the
phone
opportunity.
and Google those
Yes,
people,
you
but this
can.
is the opportunity to come out and learn about, you know, who your judges are and who is trying to ascend to the bench.
And the good thing about it is the BWLA cannot you can't be biased towards people. That's why you're
Right.
given the opportunity for everyone to come out
Right.
and for people to mingle and get to know
Yes.
them so that they can make a wise vote. Awesome. So then you have a 2018 spring fundraiser, which we had talked about.
Yes.
Are all people welcome there, or is it directed towards?
Well, everyone is welcome, and since we have a panel, we tried to formulate a panel that wasn't all attorneys, but was majority attorneys, because we know that that's a lot of our audience.
Okay.
However, this is about increasing minority participation on
Okay.
corporate boards. So, you know, I spoke about Mary Kate Bush. She is not an attorney, and she will be talking a lot about, you know, how people can be appointed to these corporate boards or prepare themselves for that. So this is open to the public, as I said a little bit early. It's March 13th. Save the date.
Save the date,
At the
March
Hyatt
13th,
Regency.
Hyatt Regency,
Crystal Ballroom.
Crystal Ballroom.
Yes, power in the boardroom.
Yes, and you know, and for those people who are getting into business, because Miss Esquire, we're here to inspire you, educate you, and entertain, of course, have fun in the process. But the most important is to really inspire and educate. And if you're a business owner, we've talked about business law here, and really just regardless of who you are, you know, privacy law that may affect you personally or affect your business. If you are trying to elevate yourself, elevate your business, have a presence inside the community and outside the community, it is important. It's like when you think of the Essence Festival.
Right.
You're having fun at the Essence Festival. There's lots of entertainment, but there are panelists who are talking serious business about moving and elevating us. So this is an opportunity for all those who are listening, who are starting a business or already have a business, to elevate yourself and understand the importance of a corporate board. And if you have a corporation, a small corporation, you're learning tips as to how to run your own board.
Right. And we also have sponsorships available.
Yeah.
So we are having a VIP event where our sponsors can come and talk to multiple people on corporate boards. So we encourage
Oh,
people who
that's
have businesses to go on BWA.org
Okay.
and email us at administrator@BWA.org, and we will tell you all about our sponsorship packages and how you can become a sponsor and get more involved in BWA as well as this event.
Oh,
So,
nice.
you know, any people with a corporation or just a business and you want to have some interaction with Black women lawyers, we encourage you, please email us, check out our website, and contact us.
Okay, and then for all of us who do stuff in urban broadcast media, like us journalists who are doing this, there's another way for us to market ourselves and
Yes.
get to know people and have people come and be on the show.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, we have to be creative in how we market ourselves and how we put ourselves out there and the engagements that
Right, brand
we
management.
do. Brand management, that's the word,
Yes.
brand
And
management.
that's also a part of one of our modules in our Directors Institute, the T.
And so is that something, because just going back to the T, when this is your initiative.
Yes.
Okay, so is this something that your board wants to continue on? So if somebody's hearing about that and they aren't a part of this first selection of being a part of the T and the educational institute behind it, is it something that they can look forward to in the future?
Yes, I
Okay.
definitely hope it is my legacy.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Now, are you only able, what is the term?
It's just a one-year term for me, but.
Can
our
you
program-
rerun? No.
You can, but in our history, no one has rerun.
Okay.
I'll be doing so.
Okay.
But our initiatives go from year to year. So it is up to the next president to continue our program, but we have discussed that with our next president,
Okay.
Chastity Burns, and she
Okay.
said she is interested in keeping it going.
Okay, yes, because you have the progression, so we
Yes.
don't want to put Chastity out. We want
Right,
to say,
right.
Erica, scoot over. You probably want to take care. You've done a lot of
Right.
work, so you probably do want to just. Even though you're able to manage it all, we'll talk about that on the Island of Misfit Lawyers. But even though you're able to manage it all,
Yeah, we definitely want to keep this going because we think this is an area that Black women lawyers do not have a huge representation.
We don't.
So if we can keep this going, we never know what may come of this. And we hope that in the end, our 15 people in the program get appointed to corporate boards, and state boards, and city and council commissions, and they come back and they are one of the instructors for our programs.
And I don't know if you know the answer to this or not, but are you you work for DCFS?
Yes.
Are you able to be on anybody's board?
It depends.
So can you be on a for-profit?
Yes, you can be on the board, yes, but it can't conflict with your duties.
Okay,
Yes.
but so long as it doesn't conflict.
Yes.
So this is for everybody. You know,
Yes.
you think because I work this job, I can't be a part of this
Right.
board, but you actually can.
Yes, and you just check with your ethics officer,
Okay.
wherever you work. But
Okay.
yes, I can be on, different types of boards, like I'm on the board of Black women lawyers, as long as it doesn't conflict with your normal position. then
Which
yes.
makes sense. Like if I work for Ebony, I couldn't be on the board of Essence.
Right.
But
Right.
you're with DCFS, but you're on the board of the BWLA.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so you can. Okay, so
Yeah.
that clears everything up for our listeners. I mean, because it's stuff that I want to know that I may already know, but I definitely too also want you to know.
Right.
Okay, so then you have the BWLA membership directory. What is the membership directory?
So this is another first for BWLA.
Okay.
We have never had a public directory of our membership. And a lot of our sponsors say, well, I'm looking for an attorney who has some years of experience in commercial litigation.
Okay.
How can I find that person? So in the past, we asked around, we asked, our administrator to look in our membership list and try to find these people so that we can pass their names on to our sponsors.
Okay.
And so in this process, we will have a public membership directory, and we will list all of our members and their practice areas on our website. And so that will be included in your membership, and our membership is only $100.
That's an incentive.
Yes, so they will be there, so then our employers and sponsors can just go there and sort the list and find out who's there, who are the law students who might be looking for internships, or who are the people in government that might be looking to take on another role. So they'll be able to search that list. So we're in the process of compiling and populating that directory right now, and that'll be done very soon. So within the next few months, we'll have all of our members added to our first public directory.
Okay, and do you allow other people, non-lawyers, to be members of the BWLA?
Yes, yes, we
Okay.
have all types of memberships. You do not have to be a lawyer to join.
Okay, so that member will be a part of your directory as
Yes,
well?
yes.
Even though they're non-lawyers?
Yes.
Oh, awesome, because you have paralegals and what, business owners too?
Yeah, we have all types of members. We have law
Oh.
students, we have paralegals, we have different types of memberships. So if you just come to bwla.org, you can pick which one and join, and you will be on our directory.
Okay, and so the directory is searchable online, or is this actually a hardcover book?
Online,
Or both?
online,
Okay.
everything is digital. We're not
Wait,
putting any
oh, I
trees in
forgot
the
you're a
process.
millennial.
Everything
See,
will
I'm
be
a
digital.
Generation Xer, so I do both. Like, okay, we're gonna need something writing.
Right, right. And we're
We're
not
gonna
putting
say,
any trees.
oh wait, we have our engineer saying the same thing, Mr. Randall. He's like, true.
No, so it's just digital.
Okay,
It's digital.
okay.
So they'll be able to sort and search, a lot of people, and I'm sure you've heard that, hey, do you know someone who practices,
All the time, all the time.
real estate law? You say, well, let me figure out, and then you text 5 people,
Yeah.
and you're trying to figure out, because people might want a minority attorney, and so this directory is a way that we can satisfy, our sponsors and our employers who are reaching out, and they're looking for attorneys, and they say, I can't ever find any attorneys of color, so
That is so
we're
true.
gonna try to,
And it's
you know,
so
put it
important
in.
too, because people who are looking for lawyers can now go to bwla.org
yes,
and search the directory as well if they're looking for people in the practice area.
yes, because we get a lot of inquiries from the public, about 10 a week.
Okay.
Asking for attorneys in criminal law and,
Like
financial
family law,
law,
business
family
law,
law,
taxes,
definitely,
everything.
divorce and
Whatever,
custody,
yes,
right, they're always
yes.
reaching out and they want adequate representation, so, we don't wanna be biased and pick a couple people.
Mhm.
So, putting this out there, the public can go on there and find an attorney as well.
Oh, that's good, and it's nice that it's just included just in the flat membership.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and we try to keep our membership low, so, we can be all inclusive, and some of our, events are free to
Mhm.
the public, and some of them, we charge a little bit extra if you're not a member, and that's all because we're trying to raise money for our scholarships.
Oh, okay.
So we have a multitude of corporate and law firm sponsors, and, their, generosity has, funded a lot of our events, so we try to pass that on to, the public.
Good. And so, yeah, and you've been in the public, you've been at the Bud Billiken Parade.
Yes,
You're
we are
always
the
a
Bud.
float,
Yeah, so we had a float this year, first ever, so a lot of firsts this year. First
Good.
ever time we were,
I think, did I see you all? What was, you actually had a float?
we had a trolley. We
Oh,
had-
yeah, I did see
Yeah,
you
we
on
had a
the
big
trolley.
red trolley with the Black women lawyers on the side, and it was a really great time. We walk
Yeah.
every year in the Bud Billiken Parade, so this was
The first
some-
to actually be riding.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a long walk.
It's a long walk. So I think we had the most people we've ever had.
Right.
This time we were riding. So.
You had the baby boomers too, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah, so I think that, we'll try to continue that over the years.
I think that'd
But
be
we
great.
love coming to the Bud Billiken Parade because, we hear people in the crowd say, there's women attorneys?
Yes,
Oh,
isn't
Black
that-
women attorneys.
Isn't that something?
Yes. Yes.
It's something, and we have to be present. And we're right here at the Urban Broadcast Media Studios, which is right off 41st and King Drive, which is where you trolley through.
Right, for the parade.
For the parade.
Yeah, and I've always loved the parade. I've, always came out and, just watch the floats and just, see all of the excitement about back to school.
Mhm.
So I think it's a great initiative that we have to, try to come out to the community and do something to get our name out there and with the community. And, they find out there are Black women lawyers. So, I think that's really inspirational to,
I think
to the
that is
children.
so inspirational, to be present.
Yeah.
And people not to think we are present, and we are, we
Exactly.
are there.
It's mostly children though, because the children are growing up and they see, what they think
Different
lawyers
groups.
should look like
Right,
on TV, or when
right.
people are rapping about lawyers, they're saying, this type of lawyer. They never say, I have my Black woman lawyer on deck or something like that. So,
Exactly.
I think it's good to influence them as well. And so, in our initiative with the parade,
Mhm.
we also, pick some schools and we go donate school supplies.
Oh, nice.
So since we don't hand out anything on a parade route, we have picked 2 schools. I think we did legal prep this year in another school, and we gave over $2,000 in school supplies.
Good, and so it wasn't just Chance the Rapper giving out things.
Yes,
The
yes.
BWLA did it too.
Yes, we did.
Good. Okay, so we're gonna go on the island of the misfit very soon. Is there anything about the BWLA that you want to touch on before we switch to some of your outside interests, outside of the BWLA, outside of the law?
Well, we have multiple events coming up. We're trying to do events with our Lawyer Life Committee, which is newly formed.
Okay.
We're trying to go around the city and get attorneys from where they live. So we have the Southside Happy Hour coming up on the 28th.
Oh, yeah.
On the 30th, actually. It's at Horse Thief Hollow, which is on 104th and Western.
Okay.
And that's for our Southside attorneys.
Yes.
And we also have our holiday party coming up, which is on the 28th. It's at Jones Day.
Okay.
And we have, like I said, our judicial reception coming up on January 11th at the Hubbard Inn.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, our spring fundraiser is March 13th, 2018 at the Hyatt Regency.
Okay, so I need to get back into the swing of things, because it's the holiday season, and I definitely need, you have all these wonderful initiatives, programs, and things going up. Here, I have to step out and just do that thing.
Right.
And let Eric and the kids thrive and survive on
They
their
will
own.
survive.
Oh,
I
that's
want to
too
see you at
funny.
these initiatives. I'm going to be taking attendance.
Please
at
take
those,
attendance. And you guys hold me to this. Hold Liz, Miss Esquire, hold us to being present. Because it's important. At this time with our presidency, we constantly talk about that. It's important that we're present.
Right.
Yeah, we stay woke.
You have to say
So we stay woke. Yeah, so we'll be right back and for Miss Esquire, the island of the misfit lawyer.
It's going quick.
The girl, it go by so fast. Let me tell you something. People was like, it's already over.
Right. It's like, oh, that's good. I used to be a producer at Channel 19, Chicago Access.
Really?
Since I was 13. Yes.
Really?
So my dad had a financial show,
Mhm.
and we would produce that, and work the cameras and the switchboard.
So you know how to do all of this?
Yes, yes. And I've been on.
And
a
you
couple
didn't go
shows.
into the journalism.
No. No, listen, we were there, he made us get certified, and that's what we were doing, like, every weekend, so.
Cause you know what, I have certification in CAN TV for studio.
Okay,
And I had thought about that for Layla. Cause at first
that would be good.
Cause when I started the show, I started with a partner and she had the CAN TV training and she had the portable, so she
Oh,
could take
portable,
it out.
now see, I didn't do the portable, because I never wanted to take it.
Right.
But I did have a couple people who came out to a couple of my events, like, I was on 4 weddings, so my photographer was one of the people at the studio, so he brought the
Really?
portable and did the photography and the video
That
of
was
my wedding.
nice.
So yeah, that was cool. But I'm still in contact with all those people. My dad still does shows over
He
there.
does.
Mhm.
That's
I am not
right.
renewing. Eugene Matthews.
Eugene Matthews. Okay, because I'm supposed to be
Yeah.
volunteering on some people's shows so I can really get the experience. Because
Oh,
I just
yeah.
took the class, but I don't
You
have
gotta
the
get
experience. You
hands-on.
have to get your hands on,
You
and
have
I'm
to
trying
get
to.
hands-on. But listen,
Fine,
there's a lot of
fine.
people up there who need help.
Right.
So you figure out who's short and you go on up there. Because we were always volunteering. I was like, oh, I gotta do this again. But it was fun. It was fun.
Does he do the marketing? Is he marketing? Does he do like
He does
upload
both.
it to YouTube now? The financial.
He don't upload to YouTube. I think whoever's on show. Actually, I interviewed someone who's running for Judge Richardson, Travis Richardson.
Oh, Travis.
Yeah, right. I interviewed him on his show.
Oh, nice.
So that was recently, a couple weeks ago.
Welcome to the island of the misfit lawyers. We made it to the island last week, and we are enjoying the warm weather on the island again. I wish. It's freezing in Chicago right now. As you know, lawyers come to the island to relax and tell us about their life outside the law. We explore their side gigs, passion, and quirky interests. What happens on the island stays on the island. Welcome to our island.
Okay.
I should have brought some like margaritas on the island. I say that all the time. I don't know if that's acceptable.
We do need margaritas.
Mr. Randall,
on the
can we
island.
have margaritas on the island next time? He does Mr. Randall does a gospel. He does
Oh,
gospel,
okay.
so I guess not.
Okay, so virgin margaritas.
Okay, so with so many initiatives and activities of the BWLA, I'm surprised you have a life outside of the law. But you do have a 9-month-old son, which I'm sure keeps you extremely busy.
Yes.
How's mommyhood treating you?
Mommyhood is excellent.
Okay.
It is very rewarding. We have a great time. He's a very fun and active baby.
Okay.
So I love taking him to the Children's Museum and, a lot of things around our neighborhood. We're right by Oak Lawn, so
Right.
it's a lot of things to do in the neighborhood, visiting the library and, just taking him outside to the parks and stuff like that. It's very fun.
And we took you away from that. It's a Saturday.
Yes,
And
well, he was taking a nap, so I hope during his nap time he has not woke yet.
Okay.
And then when this is over, I'm back home.
Okay, you'll be back. And you're managed to juggle because I was asking you for a few things to highlight on, and you're like, okay, I'm putting the baby
To
to
bed.
bed, and I'll be right with you. Now with me, honestly, hands down, it would have taken me about an hour or two to respond. I promise it had to be like 10 minutes. What?
Yes. I was like, well, let me get this to her.
Do you
real
do
quick.
things in clockwork? Do you have so much structure, meaning that he goes down at a certain time and
He
it's
has a lot of structure.
okay?
And you know what? It's self-initiated.
Yes.
He, just formulated this structure, and I think we were trying to put him to bed initially about 10 p.m.
Mhm.
and he was like very, very sleepy around 8. So we said, okay, at 7:30 we're gonna start our routine of putting him down, and he's down at 7:30 every night. So
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
And
we
you
can
know
kind of count that by clockwork. We know once he starts to get sleepy, we give him a bath, and he's down really quickly.
And he stays asleep the whole.
Yes, he's sleeping the whole night now. Yes.
And is he in daycare or is he at home?
No, we have a nanny, fortunately.
Okay,
Yes.
that's good. So to take care of, so it allows you to manage everything, and then your
Yes.
husband comes when you're not, and he's
Yes,
taking care of the
he's
baby.
amazing.
He's hands-on.
Yes, he's very hands-on. If the nanny's not there, it's him. And, when I'm going to these late night events, that's him at home watching
Okay.
Braxton and, taking him to do different things. So he's very involved.
Are you cooking? Are you? Like I need to dig into this, and Eric is probably listening to this, who you know
Right.
personally. You knew
Well,
Eric
if she's
before
cooking,
me,
you
right?
can cook. Well, let me just say this. Sporadically cooking.
Okay.
Sporadically cooking. By the time, I go to all these events, I'm already full. They've already eaten.
Okay.
And, Braxton is asleep, and
Okay.
my husband has eaten already. So, not really. But,
Okay.
yeah.
So you're adjusting
Sometimes,
it.
sometimes.
Wow.
I did cook some Thanksgiving
Did you host?
delicacies. Yes, I hosted. So I cooked a pot roast and jerk salmon and macaroni and cheese. Yes, I hosted.
Yeah, and still had time to come to Miss Esquire.
Yes.
Yeah. In addition to all of your other, being the president, you have to speak at the new lawyers swearing in, right?
Mhm.
You have to speak at some of these other events that's out here, where there's multiple bar associations
Right.
and be present. You have to, it's just amazing. You guys have multiple initiatives, just like I said, you were with the IJCCCDA and the BWLA had a joint event. You're managing all of this
Right. It is
with a
very busy.
husband and a 9-month-old and a full-time job. So it can be done.
It can be done, but it's you have to be very strategic.
It's
You
very
have to have a good
strategic.
support system.
Yeah.
Luckily, like I said, I have my husband. He's very supportive. Hey, JL.
Yeah,
Supportive.
hey, JL! Woo, woo!
And our nanny, hey, Danielle.
Hey, Danielle! Holla out to Danielle!
And you just have to have some structure. When I'm going to these events,
Mhm.
send my husband a calendar invite just to let him know, what I'm doing in advance, so that we have coverage at home. And it's a very busy time. being
Yeah,
president.
I'm still balancing that. Actually, it's like a work in progress. We were talking to another attorney, Shara, was on the show, but she was talking about the life plan and having the structure and,
Right.
putting everything and trying to stick with that plan. And if you have to adjust it, tweak it a little bit, being able
Right.
to do that.
Mhm.
And so you've been able to do that. So this encourages us as mothers.
Right.
Working mothers, full-time mothers who want to sit on boards and all that other great thing and be presidents of the Bar Association.
Right.
That it
You
can be
do
done.
it. Right. You
It can be
do
done.
it.
And we have the support behind us.
Yes.
We think we don't have the support. We have the support.
We have the
We just
support.
have to go out and find it
Right.
and ask our spouse to support us in it.
Right.
And your husband is amazing too.
He's amazing.
He is amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To accept and be like, I love you, baby. Go on out there and do it.
Go ahead and do it. Right. I remember when I told him I was thinking about being president, he was like, go for it.
Wow.
So I did, and I'm here now, and this year's, my year is almost over. It's
Doesn't
like
go by so
breezing by,
fast.
right? It'll be over in June, so I'm sure we'll all take a breather at that point, but it's just been really amazing.
And this is a high honor. People, this is not to be taken lightly.
Right.
Being a president of a bar association is a big deal.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It follows you in the legal community for the rest of your life.
Right. So
Yeah.
you have to make a good impression.
You have
I have
to.
to sell out the spring fundraiser. So again,
Set it
March
up.
13th,
March 13th,
2018,
Hyatt Regency,
Hyatt Regency,
Crystal Ballroom. See, I even know it.
Power in the boardroom, strategies to achieve diversity on corporate boards.
And all are welcome, and they can go to BWLA.
.org.
.org, the
Yes.
website.
The flyer is right there. Once you pull the website up, click it, and it'll take you to Eventbrite.
Okay, and so then, but we just had, when we had spoke prior to the show, and you told me that you enjoyed traveling.
Yes.
Going to new restaurants with
Mhm.
your husband, concerts, live music, and summer rooftop visits.
Yes.
Were you able to squeeze in any of those items over the summer?
Yes, we did our rooftop tour, our
Okay.
yearly rooftop tour, where we go around and taste all the new things at the rooftop. So we did do that. I think since I was pregnant, it was a little bit more challenging, because I couldn't taste all of the new
Right.
drinks, but I ate all of the great food.
Right.
So that was really really fun. We didn't do any traveling. They had a lot of Zika going around when I was pregnant, so the Zika virus.
Oh, you're
so,
right.
Yeah,
You're right.
So we didn't do a lot of traveling, but we hope to start that back up in January.
Are you gonna do a lot of road trips now that you have a baby?
You know, I think I would prefer the plane because it'll get you there much quicker.
It does.
You know, he loves a car. He will, sit in the car and he will go to sleep and take a nap. But I wouldn't do a long road trip at this point.
Okay.
Maybe after he turns a year in February.
Have you went on any exciting dates with your husband just recently?
You know what? We went to Ken's restaurant on Western, and
whose restaurant?
It's called Ken's. It's a very
Ken's,
little known
right.
place.
Okay.
I don't want everyone flocking there because that's my new spot. But we had a date night and it was really great. And it's an amazing place right in the neighborhood, Upper Beverly, and there are some hidden gems there. So we had a good time, we had cocktails. It was really great. So.
Okay. And then, wait, you said concerts. You been to any concerts lately? Live music?
We usually do the Cincinnati Music Festival.
Yes.
And again,
I have never been.
Oh, you have to go.
I heard somebody talk about it. I'm like, what are you talking about? The Cincinnati?
Yes, they pack all of these great artists into one music festival, and you pay probably $100 and you get a great seat, and I mean it's probably about 8 artists.
And it's every year around the same time, which is when?
Yes, it's around July, but sometimes it conflicts with the National Bar Association
conference. Okay.
So you have to kind of pick and choose what you want to do. Now, I've been going to the National Bar Association conference the last 2 years, and it conflicts a little bit. So you have to kind of pick which one you want to do.
Okay.
So I've been picking NBA. But,
they were in Toronto.
Yes, hopefully we'll go back this year to the Cincinnati Music Festival. But then again, the next weekend is National Bar Association again.
Okay, where are they going this year?
That is going to be in New Orleans.
Oh, which is where the Essence Festival is. Does that kind of coincide?
You know what? I don't know. I hope not.
Okay.
I hope it doesn't. But I think I'm almost positive it's in New Orleans.
Okay.
So I would like to do that and Cincinnati, but we'll see.
So when is the baby's birthday?
It's February 3rd.
Oh, so he's coming up.
It's coming
So
up.
any big plans for the birthday?
Well, we hope to take a trip for his birthday.
Nice.
Yeah, so we'll see if that pans out. But we usually do huge parties, so that may be in the works as well.
Okay. And you'll still be with the Bar Association.
Exactly. Still juggling.
DCFS. Still juggling.
Yeah. Well, his birthday is at a time which is luckily nothing really
happening. Yeah, because March is the event.
Right. So it's, we'll be probably ramping up our sponsorship and stuff like that at that time, but, he's most important, so.
Okay, well, you have to remember Erica Kirkwood. We thank you for coming on this show.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, we are out of time today. Almost. We want to give a big thank you to you, the BWLA president, attorney Erica Kirkwood, for joining us today. What a pleasure it was to have you on and to learn more about BWLA. And again, give that website for everyone.
It's bwla.org.
Everyone can be a member.
Everyone can be a member.
It's gonna be a new directory, so that's an additional way to market yourself.
Yes,
exactly.
And we'll be doing our T Directors Institute, so look out for posts about that.
And another date, the upcoming events, the judicial
reception will
remember
be
the date?
January 11th. Save the date.
January 11th.
And that will be at Hubbard Inn.
Okay. January 11th, Hubbard Inn. I'm just writing this down. And then March 13th.
March 13th is our spring fundraiser, Power in the Boardroom.
Okay.
Higher Agency at noon.
Awesome. So please come back again. And we thank you so very much for coming on. You're such a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yes, I
While
did.
you were on, did you have fun?
Yes.
And next time I have all those strings for you.
Okay, thank you.
When you come on again. As always, we want to thank our producer, Kelly Fox. Hi, Kelly. Hopefully you're listening. She's been able to juggle, which is so great just listening to you. She's been able to juggle new mommyhood in addition to helping to produce this show. We want to thank D. Curtis Randall, our engineer for today. He also has a show. I think it's at 7 o'clock each day, weekday. So please look out for that as well. We want to thank all who make the show a success. Thank you for listening to the Miss Esquire Radio Show on Urban Broadcast Media. Be sure to like the show on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and visit the MissEsquire.net website. If you'd like to be a guest or a sponsor, please leave a note on MissEsquire.net or on the Miss Esquire Radio Show Facebook page. Stay warm, Chicago. Until next time.
so much for having me.
You're
This
welcome.
was so
Yeah,
fun.
he's got the